Hello everyone, this is The Question, and this is my manga haul. My final manga haul for 2024. This is everything that I got in December. A little bit smaller than the last few hauls, which is really nice. Not a crazy amount of stuff, but a bunch of really cool stuff. We've got a Kickstarter release, a release that I kickstarted. We've got a bunch of Barnes & Noble pre-orders. We've got some stuff from the Barnes & Noble hardcover sale. And then we've also got a few random volumes from the Kodansha Print Club, which was a really cool digital to print program that they started. And then we also have got some surprise volumes, old back-ordered volumes from Right Stuf. So really cool releases here. Let's get right into the manga haul. Okay, so starting off, I got a surprise Right Stuf package this month, and it had two volumes I've been waiting on forever, and that is Natsume's Book of Friends, Volume 3 and Volume 6. These finally got a reprint from Viz, and I am super excited to get these. I've mentioned, if you've watched any of my haul videos in the past, I had, during a winter sale, ordered all of this series from Right Stuf. This was back in 2021, and they ended up sending me about maybe a little more than half that they had in stock. And there were a bunch of volumes that were just out of stock, back ordered, and they've slowly been sending me some, but they haven't sent any I haven't gotten any reprints in over a year. And so I was still missing like 5 volumes. So with 3 and 6, now all I'm missing is 14, 20, and 21. And then I will have a complete up to current run of Natsume's Book of Friends. But I am super excited to finally get these 2 volumes. Most of the out of stock or out of print volumes have been running online for in the $70 to $80 range a piece, and I really not going to spend that for, especially now that I see that Viz is going to be hopefully reprinting some more of these missing volumes. So this is those 2. Okay, next up we have a really cool item that I kickstarted and finally arrived, and that is this really nice release from Galette Works. This is Galette English Special Edition Volume 1, and this is a Yuri anthology release. This has been released in Japan, and they had Galette Works had kickstarted to release English versions of this, and it was listed as a magazine. I don't buy stuff from Japan that often, so I really didn't know what to expect when this arrived as far as how the size was going to be. And this is a very oversized volume. It is very thick. It's got a lot of pages in it. We have a dust jacket here, and then some really nice artwork. This is short stories, anthology stories by a bunch of famous Yuri creators. Here's what it looks like on the side, and then on the back kind of shows you what different stories and who the creators included are. And then in the very back, we've got some color pages with artwork. And then on this very back page, we have a list of the people who kickstarted, and there's me there, The Question. Just a really nice release. They just, right after I received this, like almost the next day, they posted a Kickstarter for Volume 2 of this. I don't know if this is available in any stores in the US. I saw it was available online on some store, I think in Spain, with this English release. But I don't know if it's available now that the Kickstarter's over, but the Volume 2 is. So, really nice release. Glad to have kickstarted this. I really like Yuri series. Really wanted to support this, and I'm really glad I did, because this is just a really nice release. Show what it looks like under the dust jacket. So yeah, so we have another different art there on the inside of the cover. And let's see about the back. Same thing there. So yeah, really nice release from Galette Works. Really happy with this, and looking forward to the next volume. Okay, next up we have 2 volumes here that I picked up from Barnes & Noble, and these are both part of the Kodansha Print Club. So I think it was around December 10th, somewhere around the second week of December, I saw on social media that Kodansha had announced that they were starting this initiative called the Kodansha Print Club, which they were going to be bringing some digital-only manga to print through a print-on-demand model. And they had announced that the 3 series that they were going to be doing this with were Blade Girl, love that's an understatement, and then the 3rd series was Teppu, which is a MMA sports series. And so I immediately went on to Barnes & Noble to see if these were available to order. And these 2 were. Teppu was showing not available. So immediately after the social media post, so I don't know if anybody got that volume or that series, because I haven't really seen anybody have the physical when I looked on social media. I've seen a few people with these 2 volumes that received them, but I didn't see anybody that got Teppu. And the weird thing about this is they announced it. These were up on Barnes & Noble to order. Like I said, I placed an order. I got a shipping confirmation the next day. But within a day or 2 after they had announced this, Kodansha then did announce that they were putting it on hold and they were going to be retooling some stuff and then coming out with these series sometime this year, now that it's 2025. So I was, I didn't know if these were actually going to come or not, but they did arrive, and they are, you can definitely tell that they were print on demand. They're missing, like, it's kind of hard to describe, just like a little level of polish with a standard manga volume. It's still a very nice release. They're still very nice releases. The paper is maybe a little thinner than you would normally get in a standard volume. And the covers, while really nice looking covers, they are, especially when you get super close on them, a little more blurry than maybe a standard manga volume would be that's not print on demand. But I did read both these volumes. I hadn't read either of these series before. Both of them are really good. Love That's an Understatement is a romantic comedy series. Blade Girl is a sports series about a girl who, as you can see here, loses her leg, gets this really cool prosthetic where she wants to join, be a runner and start working her way towards that. And so, like I said, both really nice releases. Glad that we got these. Hopefully Kodansha continues on with this print club series, which I'm sure they will, but I really hope that we get more volumes in these, because these 2 were both really good series, and as someone who doesn't really read stuff digitally, really nice to get English releases of these 2 volumes. Okay, so this next stack is stuff that I picked up from the Barnes & Noble hardcover sale. They've been doing the hardcover sale the day after Christmas for a few years now. When it originally started, it was 50% off, but there was no bonus for, if you were a member, it was just 50% off no matter what. And this year it was just 30% off in store for all hardcover books. So that does include all hardcover manga, all regular hardcovers. But if you're a member, you got an extra 10% off. And then you also got, they were doing triple stamps, so you got triple rewards. So, breaking it down, if you're a member, you still were probably getting 41, 42% off these hardcovers compared to, however much they are when you pre-order them, 20 to 30% off. So still some really nice deals to be had if you were looking for hardcovers. Years in the past, I would have giant stacks of hardcovers that I needed. Now that I've gotten so many volumes of manga in my collection, there's not that many hardcovers coming out that I'm waiting on, like especially not the really high priced ones like these 3 that I picked up. So first off, here we have Ashita no Joe Fighting for Tomorrow. This is a really nice hardcover by Kodansha. This is a late 60s, early 70s boxing manga that people have been wanting for in English for a while now. And this is, like I said, just a really nice release. It's a little bit smaller than I was expecting, like in size-wise, especially compared to the other volumes that you will see that I got. I was expecting it was going to be like the same size as the deluxe edition, and it is quite a bit smaller than that. But still a really nice release. And if you're looking to pick this up, and obviously the Barnes & Noble hardcover sale is over, In Stock Trade still has this in stock for I think like $38. So In Stock Trades is a good place to get these kind of higher priced hardcovers, like people wonder, hey, why is this volume so expensive? Because this one retails, this is a 3-in-1, but it does retail in the US for $59.95 or $59.90, yeah, 95, which is an expensive price, but especially a lot of these older manga series, the licensing is way more expensive on them, especially for like classic series. So Kodansha has to pay more money for the licensing for this series. And then not to mention the manga market for 60s to 70s manga series. Like there's a bunch of people like me that are interested in a series like this, but the average manga buyer who just buys Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, you know, modern series, they don't have any interest in an older manga series like this. So the sales numbers on a series like this are going to be way lower than your average, you know, modern day series that's coming out. So that is a little bit of the reasoning of why the price is so much. But like I said, you can get this discounted. You shouldn't be paying more than 40 bucks for it, which for 3 volumes and a hardcover is not a crazy price. And this is going to be released in 8. They're going to be doing 8 volumes of this series. I think it's 20 volumes total in Japan. So this was Ashita no Joe. Like I said, really nice looking release. And then next we have 2 volumes that I had just been holding off on picking up because I was waiting for this hardcover sale. And that is Vinland Saga Deluxe. This is book 4. Still shrink wrapped. I'm waiting until the whole series is released before I actually read through it. I did this creator's previous series, Planetes, I really love, so I'm really looking forward to checking this one out once it's completed. So I grabbed 4 and 5. So now I have the first 5 hardcovers of Vinland Saga. Okay, and next we're going to go through the pre-orders that I got from Barnes & Noble. So not the largest stack of pre-orders that I've had over the year, but decent amount of stuff. So first off, we have 100 Ghost Stories That'll Lead to My Own Death. I know nothing about this series other than I really like the cover artwork. Back cover art here is really nice too. Looks to be a horror short story collection or horror short story series, anthology series. And I haven't really heard too many people talk about this one, but it looked interesting to me. Not read it yet, so I went ahead and pre-ordered that. We next have the Ajin Demi-Human Complete Omnibus Volume 1. I think I mentioned this in my unhaul video that I was getting rid of my singles of this series, which were insanely small volumes. And so once I heard they were releasing them in these oversized omnibuses, I decided I was going to sell off my singles and get these omnibus volumes. So this is volume 1. Next up, we have a book from Alien Books. This is Astrobiologist Pratis. And I mentioned maybe 4 or 5 months ago when the first Alien Books is a new manga publisher this year. And most of the series that they had released or put up for solicit were not really that interesting to me. I mean, they're the more action-heavy series that they were releasing, and so I wasn't too excited about any of the releases. And then, but once I saw this one-shot, this one here definitely looked way more up my alley. And we've got some really nice colors in this. It's got a really nice, I noticed it's got a reversible dust jacket here with some more really nice colors. I really enjoy a nice dust jacket, nice pastel colors in it. Looks like a very interesting read. Looking forward to checking out this one-shot. Next up, we have an all-in-one, and that is Beautiful Things, the complete manga collection by 7 Seas. 7 Seas does a lot of these complete manga collections where it's like 2 or 3 volumes in one, and I do really appreciate them. They always are really nice releases, and this is a BL series. Looking forward to checking that out. Then we've got a cat manga. We've got Cat Companions, Maruru and Hachi. I did not read volume 1 of this yet, but this one looked really cute. And so this is volume 2. We have volume 3 of Centaurs. I really enjoyed volume 1 of this Ablaze manga series. The releases of this have kind of been all over the place as far as when they're coming out. Like, they seem to be heavily delayed. So I usually don't pre-order them because my pre-orders will get canceled sometimes from Barnes & Noble on a Blaze series. So this one I just went ahead and ordered like right when I saw that it had actually released. So, but like I said, I really enjoyed Volume 1. This one's got kind of mixed reviews, which I thought was pretty weird because I thought Volume 1 was really fantastic. But looking forward to continuing this series. We have the final volume of The Concierge at Hoyoku Department Store. This, I actually read both volumes of this. This would have made a perfect all-in-one. I don't know why this one was actually separated into 2 volumes by 7 Seas. But this was a really fun series. I really enjoyed it. Some really beautiful artwork showing all these different extinct animal species shopping in a department store. I definitely could have read this for more volumes. It just, you know, it does end, and it feels like it could have gone on for 10 volumes. So really highly recommended series, really nice artwork, slice of life, workplace series. But yeah, only 2 volumes. Next up, we have a series, a one-shot that I don't know really too much about. This is Confession. I just saw this was a one-shot, looked like a psychological mystery kind of horror thriller series, and so I went ahead and grabbed it. This is by Kodansha. Then we've got another volume omnibus of Don't Call It Mystery. We have 11-12. They've been flying right through these. I think this series is ongoing, so I don't think we have a stop in Japan yet. But yeah, they've been releasing these at a pretty good pace. Continuing on, we have one of my favorite new publishers of the year, and that is Kana. This is Eden of Witches. So all 3 of those, of the first 3 releases that Kana released, all were in my wheelhouse, all looked fantastic, and all were really great volumes. This one is a little smaller than the other 2, but if you are a fan of Witch Hat Atelier, definitely check this one out. Very beautiful artwork. Maybe a little bit darker than that series. Really like the cat here. It's got a dust jacket with some really beautiful artwork underneath. Just a really nice release. I'm definitely going to continue with all of the Kana releases. We have another omnibus that people have been anticipating. This is Hikari Man, and this is a 1 and 2 omnibus, and this is from the creator of Homunculus and Ichi the Killer, with his take on a superhero sci-fi series. Flip through this, see if I can get some pages that are not too bad. But yeah, it just looks like a very interesting manga series. Definitely looking forward to checking this one out. We have a one-shot, and that is Hotet First Kiss. Looks to be a romance series, or romance. It says here that this is an anthology, so a romance anthology. Really like the cover and the colors here. We have another fairly recent series. This is I Cross-Dressed for the IRL Meetup. This is volume 2. These are thicker volumes. I don't think these are 2-in-1s, but this is quite a thick volume. It looks like it's like 250 pages, which is a little thicker. Oh, yeah, it is a 2-in-1, so it contains volumes 3 and 4 of the Japanese edition. Like it says on the back, lighthearted comedy about love, friendship, gender nonconformity, and what it means to be your true self. So if you're interested in those things, definitely check this one out. We have a Titan manga release. This one is one that I've actually already read too, and that is IL. This is a Osamu Tezuka book. Titan Manga has taken over publishing some of their works in English, some of his works in English, and this one here is the latest one. This one here was really out there about this shape-shifting mannequin who's kind of given different jobs to do by her master, and very interesting. There's nudity in here, so I'm not going to flip through this one. This one was shrink wrapped. It did have a giant, like, for adult audiences sticker on the cover. But if you are a Tezuka fan, definitely check this one out. We have the final omnibus of Innocent by Dark Horse. So Dark Horse, with some releases, actually gets through them pretty fast. They don't get delayed. Innocent is one of those. I feel like we just got volume 1 of this, and this one's already completed. There is a sequel series that Dark Horse has hinted that we will be getting after this one. So I will assume that they will start releasing those shortly after, now that this is completed in English. There's that. That's another very adult series that I'm not going to open up. We have The King's Beast Volume 14. This is a Viz Shoujo Beat series that is still ongoing. We have this one I pre-ordered at the last second. I hadn't heard anything about this release. And then someone on my social media, I can't remember who, had this as a pickup that they really loved. And this is Lucille Has a Dream Volume 1. And just a really nice looking release. From the cover, I would have guessed it was like a light novel, but really great artwork in here. Just looks like a very interesting release. Continuing on, we have March Comes In Like a Lion, Volume 3. This is a Denpa release. I've mentioned before, I was pretty mixed on Volume 1 of this, but I do really like the artwork, and I do want to support Denpa bringing more series like this out in English, so I'm going to continue to buy it, and then I'll read through it once it's completed. But really nice artwork here on the cover. Really nice Denpa release. We've got another cat manga, and that is My Cat Is Such a Weirdo, Volume 5. If you've read one cat manga, then you know exactly what this is going to be about. This next one was not a pre-order. This one did not look like something that I would pre-order, but I did order this shortly after release. I saw a ton of people talking about how great this series was, how wholesome this series was, which I just thought it was going to be kind of just kind of a weird series, but heard really good things about it. This is Nakamura-san, The Uninvited Gyaru, and this is Volume 1. So I've heard this is like a pretty cute, wholesome romance series. So went ahead and picked up Volume 1 of that. We've got some final volumes. We have the final omnibus of A Neighborhood Story by Aizawa. Really beautiful releases. The spines and the colors on these are really great. I am really looking forward to checking this series out now that I have all the volumes. Another final volume omnibus. We have Orb on the Movements of the Earth. This is 7 and 8. Heard different things about this. Some people said it was fantastic. Some people said just okay. But another one that I'm really looking forward to giving a shot to. Looks like a really interesting series that is up my alley. We've got some Volume 1s. We have Otanari Complex Volume 1. Don't know too much about this one other than it is about a handsome girl and a pretty boy having romantic feelings for each other. So it is a love story with the two characters here. We've got another Titan manga release, these little tiny Titan manga volumes. This one, Somali and the Forest Spirit. I didn't know too much about this series. I probably, once I read a little bit about it after I got it, I probably wouldn't have pre-ordered this. This series was just put on, it was on hiatus and then never completed. So it's just, it just never got finished, and it's not going to be finished, it doesn't look like. So I probably wouldn't have pre-ordered this if I would have known that ahead of time. But it does look like a really nice, the artwork's really nice in this series. So I don't remember, I think maybe we got there was 5 volumes released of this before it was put on hiatus and never continued. We have the Spellbook Library Volume 2. This one came literally on the last day of December, and I saw mixed reviews on this series. I did really enjoy Volume 1. I really liked it. So I'm going to continue to read it. And this is by the same creator of Is Love the Answer, which I really enjoyed. And this is kind of a more fantasy action-y series from that creator. Here we have another one that I didn't know too much about, but I saw people mention that they were happy that this was getting an English release. So I went ahead and pre-ordered Volume 1 to check it out. That is Stomp Kick Love. This is a romance series. And then the final volume, we have a long-awaited Last Gasp release. This is Ultra Heaven Volume 1. People have wanted this series in English by Keiichi Koike for a while now, and Last Gasp is releasing it in English. So this series is 3 volumes long. This is an oversized volume. Like, here's the standard volume, so quite a bit bigger. Really nice oversized release from Last Gasp. Try to get some inappropriate artwork here. And from what I've read, this is, like it says on the back, psychedelic sci-fi manga. Really looking forward to checking this one out. Really nice release, suggested for mature readers. So glad that we are finally getting this in English. And that was all my Barnes & Noble pre-orders. Okay, so that was everything that I picked up in the month of December. If you have any thoughts on anything I picked up, any questions, please let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I do haul videos all the time. In the next couple weeks, I will be doing I was hoping to have this next video done earlier in the month, but I probably won't be able to get to it till maybe towards the 3rd, 4th week of January. I will have my favorite reads of 2024, and so I'm really looking forward to doing that video, kind of showing my favorite one-shots, all-in-ones, and then also my favorite actually longer form series. So expect that in the next few weeks. But otherwise, everybody have a great new year, an exciting 2025, lots of great manga stuff. We've got a lot of new publishers out there. So a bunch of great stuff. Get outside your comfort zone, check out series you might not normally check out, and I will see you in the next video.